11B17. That entrance works pretty good, huh? Yeah, real nice. Felipe just holding out, coming through the door with Manuel. It's one of the few well-timed 17s in A slot. 11, excuse me. Okay, watch that build on the 11. Manuel, get an idea of the shape of the finish. You're already in position here to the 11. You don't need to do any more. So just get a bit more of an idea of where you're going to. This is the picture, guys. So I want you to learn from your B slot, even though it's a poor start shape. Look at the timing. We've got Manuel and Marconi going through the center. There's the halfway picture, and then Fred and Felipe to finish. That's what we need to see in that A slot. Guys, slow down. Get the staging back on block 11 in your A slot, please. Straight forwards, please. Felipe on the build. Boom. So that's not so bad there. Cool. That's a pretty good A slot one, actually. There we go. Take it back. So there's Fred and Felipe crossing now. And then there's not much of a pause, but at least we've got better timing for the finish with Marconi and Manuel. Take it back, guys. That was pretty nice. Nice build on the 17. Much better build, Manuel. And then 1, 2. There we go. That's it. A little bit more precision, please, Manuel, on your hips. Yeah, notice where your hips go. Maybe you're trying to build an 11. It almost looks like you're trying to build an 11 there. Okay, nice. Fred, we talked about the thinking about where your hip is. Not just that, but actually being ready. So hips down and ready before you get there. Cool. So come back to timing on the 11. If Fred is doing this bit where he has to back up and kind of get his power in before he starts his move, you guys should see that and adapt your block to fit, because Fred's just going through now and already Manuel is doing his move. So there's no air for Manuel. So Fred can do his bit by, instead of opening up at the start of the block, make sure his first move is in the right direction. And remember, Marconi is going to be working with you, Fred. We talked about that on the previous debrief. And Manuel and Felipe, please just give a little beat here. If you see it happening, that Fred's not through, just up, get Felipe through, and then just pause, Manuel. You see how you're already making your input for the second move? Just pause for a second, and then you'll have air to make your move with. You can see what I mean. You can see why. I know there's little things to fix on the B slot 11s, but you can see why I like the timing so much better. Yep, same again there. Alrighty. Again, mentioned it on a previous video, but this is the time to be working on the fixes, whether it's the builds or the block technique. When we get into the flow sessions, just let things go a little bit. Don't worry too much about the block techniques. Just focus on what we're focusing at the specific time on the specific skydive, on the specific drill. So if we're doing a competition, we're working on flow, going at the right speed so that everyone feels like as they're picking up grips, they can be moving on to the next point. And if we miss a block technique, it's not a big deal. We do want to have builds of first points though. That's a high focus, and it just means just a little bit more awareness as you're picking up the grips of the first point that your hips are in position. But then just kind of let things go a little bit on the flow. If you're drilling blocks, let's drill blocks. Let's put our effort 100% into making them right.